4, 5. Alright, make sure we're good. Alright. Have you ever been fishing and thought you just reeled in a world record fish only to reel in a plastic bag full of garbage? Sometimes movies or in Hollywood they may substitute the garbage for an worn out boot, but either way, that means in that particular waterway there's an abundance of trash. Now, hopefully, when you go fishing, it doesn't look something like this. According to National Geographic, there's over 8 million tons of plastic dumped into the ocean every year. This is just the ocean. I chose this topic because I'm tired of seeing an abundance of trash every time I go fishing or into the wilderness on a hike. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 areas: the ocean, the wilderness, and the roadside. We're going to start with the largest epidemic of all, which is the ocean. As I mentioned earlier, National Geographic states there is over 8 million tons of plastic dumped into the ocean every year. Now, many people may say that the wilderness or the ocean is enormous. The 8 million tons may not be that bad, but I would beg to differ. See, one of the reasons that this is an issue is that litter tends to gather or collect in what they call garbage patches, according to National Geographic, in the ocean. See, the United States is surrounded by 2 of the world's largest oceans, the Pacific on the west side and the Atlantic on the east side, which means the majority of this 8 million tons of garbage winds up on our neighboring beaches. Now, this is not just an issue with oceans. This also affects our lakes, our rivers, our ponds, even our streams. So the Guardian states that 10 rivers are responsible for taking a majority of litter into the ocean. Now, the good thing for the United States is none of them are here, but without continued focus, that could change. Now we just need to take that focus from the ocean into our other water sources of our rivers, and our lakes, and our streams. Now I'm going to switch topics and change to the wilderness, something that's very close to my heart. So I grew up in the wilderness. As a Boy Scout and an Eagle Scout, I was either camping or hiking nearly almost every week, and I'm raising my children to do the same. The issue is that I've never been anywhere in America and it not looked something like this, just an alarming amount of litter. Somewhere I used to hike often and camp was the Ocala National Forest. Now, according to Green Eco Services in 2011, 438,000 pounds of garbage was found in the Ocala National Forest, which is absolutely upsetting to me and absolutely an alarming number. Now, one of the main reasons this happens is people don't take the trash with them. An old Boy Scout saying is leave no trace behind, which can be defined easily as take your garbage with you. Andy Fisher, Chief of Interpretation of Oregon Pipe National Monument, states there's no way of getting to all corners of the park. See, this is true no matter which park or wilderness area you are in. This is exactly why you and everyone else needs to take their garbage out with you. Even better is if you see someone else's garbage, take it out as well. And moving out of the wilderness and onto something that everybody uses every day, the paved road system. The litter that shows up on the road in almost all cases comes from the people, the drivers that use the road every day. In other words, people like you and me. This means it's 100% prevented. According to Keep America Beautiful, there's an estimated 51.2 pieces of garbage on American roadways, which translates to 6.729 pieces of trash per roadway mile on each side. This is absolutely staggering number. Keep America Beautiful also states litter doesn't have to be big to make a big impact. Most litter is 4 inches or less. As you can see on this chart, Most litter is common, everyday items that people have and apparently throw out of their car. However, these small pieces of litter can be eaten by birds or other animals, and it can even wash into our waterways and even add to that problem. Another problem is it can wash into our stormwater drainage and cause flooding on the roads, which is dangerous to pedestrians and drivers. As you can see, litter is a very, very big issue in America and the world. It's an epidemic. Litter in the oceans is at an unprecedented amount. 8 million tons every year is added. Litter in the wilderness is sometimes hard to calculate, but many times it's hundreds of thousands of pounds can be found in every wilderness area. Litter on the roadways is something that can easily be prevented. 6.729 pieces per mile on each side is nothing short of ridiculous. Litter that is big or small on land or in water is something that needs attention, and it needs attention now. Can you imagine driving to work and not seeing one piece of litter on the roadside? Or maybe camping in your nearest national forest and it looking something like this? Imagine how much healthier the earth would be. Fortunately, this is only imaginary right now. But if we focus and spread the word on litter, this can change, and maybe we can leave a healthier, much cleaner earth for our children and our grandchildren. Thank you.